Hello everybody, it's MAGMA. I'm here with a brand new old 2006 LEGO Star Wars set review for you guys. Today we're taking a look at the Imperial Star Destroyer. Now this is the set 6 to 11 and it comes with 1,366 pieces. It includes, okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minifigures, and it used to retail for $100 US. So this bad boy used to be, let's see, almost $40 cheaper than the newer one, and it's still bigger, in my opinion, better. And but the minifigures are less cool, I think. And this is a Star Wars classic. So yeah, there's nothing much to say about the set itself. I will say that this is probably one of the fan favorite LEGO Star Wars sets. It doesn't include too many stickers. The build is pretty easy. It's not a very sturdy build. And this is this was the first LEGO set in my collection, so, or the first LEGO Star Wars set that was ever ever acquired. So this is the set that started it all, in a way. And what's interesting about this set is that if you drop it or you drop something on it, it will explode and shatter in millions of pieces. So that is something to take note of. So it's not sturdy at all. It actually breaks pretty often. If you just like want to carry it around and just swivel it pretty hard, something will break. So yeah. But then again, that's because it's kind of old. I'm checking. I think that's about it. So without further ado, let's go into the minifigures. The first minifigure we get is Darth Vader, and he is the old version, as you can see. Chest print is pretty normal. Comes with the regular old helmet, and his face is old, nothing special. I might want to say this set is, let's see, it has over 10 years of LEGO, or yeah, at this point, over 10 years of LEGO, so the capes are kind of destroyed. Sorry about that. Then we have Grand Moff Tarkin, and he's pretty simple. He kind of looks like the guy from the movie, but then again, not so special. Then we have the Imperial officer, and he's pretty cool. I like him. Pretty useful, but a bit plain. We have two royal guards, and again, the capes are kind of messed up, but this is the same exact design as nowadays. They just have the spears, and their arms are not dark red. The stormtroopers were the first minifigures, or the first stormtroopers to ever have the skin or tan colored face by itself, but the face had no print on it, so kind of confusing. And you do get two stormtroopers. Then you also get R5Q something. Let me just check real quick. But this astromech was pretty cool. Yeah, it is R2Q5, and this is the Imperial astromech. This was re-released in the Death Star from 2008. So it used to be exclusive to this set, but then it was not anymore. And it's a really nice minifigure. I really like it. We haven't had it in many Imperial droids, so it's a pretty nice minifigure. And then we have the MSE6 droid. It is the mouse droid. Pretty iconic and a little fun to play around with. It's a very fun build, or a very small build. So yeah, so those are the minifigures. I really like those. They kind of make up the set in a way back then, because most of these minifigures were exclusive to the set. For example, the Imperial officers, the Royal Guards, not so much Darth Vader, but the R2Q5 droid. So yeah. But this set, you mainly get the set for the build, for a look, and for the fun features. So let's get straight into it right now. Alright, so getting with the fun features of this LEGO set, it's a pretty big set, so I won't be able to show you guys the entire set every time. And excuse me, but this set is really old, or at least for me, because it's been old and I've used it a lot and displayed it a lot, so maybe some of these pieces aren't exactly the same color, because, you know, they kind of got discolored, and I don't really want to go through all the procedure to change it. So the first fun feature we're taking a look at is the bridge, and as you can see, the bridge looks just amazing. It's really like it. And here's the back of the bridge, and here's the edges. Alright, so the bridge has this pretty cool fun feature which I most enjoy. And the main fun feature, or what it has to do, is you just pull this back, like so. And once you just pull that back, you have a full-on interior. But it's only the bridge, so it's nothing wow, you know. So you can go ahead and place one or two minifigures in there. I'll go ahead and place Mr. Tarkin because I'm going to go ahead and assume this is Mr. Tarkin's Star Destroyer. Yep, like so. And what's pretty cool, or at least I find pretty cool, is that you can always see the minifigure through the hole. Yeah. Lighting's not helping me. There you go, you can see him a bit. So yeah, so that's the fun feature of the bridge. Really like it. Next up, there's a red lever over here. The one right there. Yeah. And this is the best fun feature of the set, which really allows us to get into the set. Literally is pulling the thing back and then just pulling this up like so. And once that is removed, just put that aside. And all you have to do now is literally just pull this out like so. Pull this out like so. Now, trust me, these things right here, yeah, sometimes it just, this is the only thing, these are the only things holding the entire wings. So sometimes they'll just drop down and break. But that's that's okay. And here there's a bunch of fun features inside. So my favorite here, or the cooler one I think, is definitely the escape pod. So let's see. Here on the side we got these things, and you can just open that up like so, and you can just push the escape pod, or yeah. And if you can see right here, there's a hole. So if you're holding the Star Destroyer up, the escape pod just goes through the hole down. And hopefully there'll be like your hand under it to grab it, because it'll break. So it's nice because the escape pod can just be ejected. Obviously this is not the escape pod from the Tantive 4, but it's still there. So the escape pod, let's just wait for the focus. Yeah. So we have some cool stickers. Unfortunately mine are kind of starting to die out, but it's a cool design nonetheless. Very primitive Lego, obviously. But yeah, so I'll just go ahead and keep that right here, and I really enjoy doing that. Alright, and then here we have a bunch of space for a bunch of stuff. We can put Darth Vader. What I enjoy doing is just putting a bunch of troops and pretending that this is the arrival of the shuttle or something. And here we have a clip for Darth Vader's lightsaber, because, yeah, just because. And we can go ahead and get some royal guards in here guarding the escape pod, because, you know, the royal escape pod. Now moving on to this other section of the set. Now this is one of the cooler ones as well. And I don't think we've seen this in the newer Star Destroyer. There's a bunch of space, by the way. If you want to put troops or carry them, there's a bunch of space. So here the main fun feature is you can open up these panels like so, and as you can see, it's nothing too hard. And you can put Darth Vader sitting down in his hole, or I don't know what this is, but we see him do that often in the movies. He's in his like little chamber. And here is his helmet. Now the fun feature of this, it does not work, trust me. It is the pain. I've made it work 3 times in my life. After having this set for 10 years, it does not work. With these two things, you want to go ahead and grab the helmet, and then just, normally it will just keep moving like so, and then until you have it still in the hand right here, and you just put it back like so. So that's how it works. Obviously it doesn't work, but it's there. So it's Darth Vader's helmet thing, and he can just stay there. So not a big fan of that, but it's still in the set, and I like that. So yeah. And now if you can hold it from this central structure, which holds the entire set together, I think. Yeah, I think it's pretty strong from there. So if you open it up on this side, what do we have? We have more Darth Vader stuff. I think it's mainly Darth Vader's Star Destroyer, because, yeah. So you can sit him down on this little pad, like we see him do in the movie. So he just sits down, or kneels, but in this case it's Lego. And then he can turn around and he has his Emperor hologram, which I will obviously show, because this is a pretty cool piece. So unfortunately, it's not printed. It's a sticker, but it's a good sticker. So they made two stickers. One sticker which is the Emperor, and then one which is a blurry Emperor, so it looks more of a hologram. And yeah, so it's a pretty cool piece. I really like it, and it obviously does show a nice hologram. And then here we have weapons rack, so just open this up, and then under it you just have these big blasters which just pop out, so you can better arm your soldiers. But as you can see, there is a con to this set, is that with all this space, it's kind of wasted in this entire space, because as much as I enjoy putting a bunch of stormtroopers and having Darth Vader's armies and so on being built, there's a bunch of wasted space where they could just add some more panels to pretend that it's more of a Star Destroyer, or everything the new Star Destroyer has, they could have just added that, implemented that, maybe raised up the price for like $30, and it would have been better. But then again, I have a bunch of Lego, or I have a few Legos, so I can just customize this very easily, and that's what I like about it. Closing up the doors, I guess, we can see that there's these cannons here on the side, and these are the iconic cannons. There's two on each side. They turn 360. They kind of move up and down, kind of, because they do, but then they break when they do. And here's a better look at the engines. So the engines, they don't look as good as they could, or as the new one does, but they're there. So let's get this thing back on track. Now, to get this back on, maybe some of you are watching this video because you just can't get this thing back on ever, and it is a pain. You need to aim for this hole between these two red pins right here, and this is going to go on top of this. So I know people have been looking, like, I know there's a bunch of tutorials on how to close this setup, because a lot of people were mixed up. So yeah, so that's how it works out, and sometimes it clips, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of weird. And finally, there is one last fun feature, and it is on both sides. It is the old flickfire missiles, and what you have is a Jedi lightsaber spring, and it represents a shot. And what you do is you flick this like so, and it just fires away the lightsaber bolt, or just the laser bolt. You just reload it like so. So in my opinion, this is more effective than flickfire missiles. It is annoying because every time you move the set, and it's not, sometimes it will just fall out and so on. So just keep it there. And if I just pull out the camera a bit backwards like so, you can see that the red pin is here on this side, and it's here on this side. The other ones here, here, and here don't move. They're just there for looks. And I do appreciate that, because it just brings more imagination of how the Star Destroyer looks and works. Now obviously some people don't know how to carry this. They try to carry it from the back like this, and that's the wrong way to do it, because you'll just break the entire engines. They'll come off, and it is extremely annoying to put them back together. So the best way to carry it is search for the panels here on the sides that are at the same level as this red pin, and carry it from here. And that is the best way to carry it, and most stable way to carry it. Otherwise, it will be most annoying, and it will most likely break most of the time. I would want to show you guys the underside belly for the set. I will, taking a great risk actually doing this, because I know stuff inside the set will break, but I'll try. So I'll actually pull the camera down. Yeah. And this is how it's built on the underside. So yeah, so it's just a bunch of plating, nothing extremely special. But that's about it for the Star Destroyer. I mean, there's a lot of great looks. Unfortunately, there's not as much detail here as there could be. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the final thoughts of this Lego set. Alright, to get to some final conclusions, I do think that this is a great LEGO set. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, and it's definitely the best Star Destroyer that there is out there. I think it's a better set than the one that we had, which is the UCS version, because as much as the UCS version of this is good looking, this one has so much more playability, and you can just play around with it, and I feel that it's better because it's bigger, and it just looks more proportionate and nicer compared to the newer one, even though the new one has more detail to it. So yeah, so it's really a debate whether you want to have the big old one, which isn't really sturdy, or the newer one, which is sturdier but a bit smaller and more detailed. I think having both would be great, but unfortunately I don't really have the luxury to do that at the moment. So it's definitely more of a collector's set, but if you guys are kids or teenagers and you want to go ahead and get this set because you want to challenge the build, or you think this is going to be a good set, you will find it a bit primitive compared to what LEGO does nowadays, but it is nonetheless a great LEGO set. So guys, thanks for watching this LEGO Star Wars set review. Please leave a comment if you guys enjoyed the video or you have any thoughts to say about it. And otherwise, I will see you guys next time here on the MAGMA channel. Bye bye.